YouTube, this is my first video ever. My name is Destiny. I am 19 years old and I live around the southern Ohio area. Right now we are coming to the very end of summer, so I figured I would just talk about what has worked for me this summer. I have very oily skin, so I've had a lot of trouble trying to find out what has worked for me and what hasn't worked. So the first thing I have is primer. This is the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Primer. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Poreless Primer. I don't know. And I did like how it worked. It did blur my pores really good, but it just, everything was like sliding off my face when I wore that primer. I could not keep any kind of foundation, concealer, powder. Like, I caked on the powder and then nothing was helping. So I got this and it has worked really well for me for the summer. And then I have 3 different foundations slash BB creams. The first one is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. I'm not wearing this today, but I have used quite a bit of this, and it does take quite a bit amount to get up to full coverage. I have a lot of scarring from acne, and I still have like a couple acne spots that I still do like to cover, and then just like the average like dark circles and freckles that I like to cover. So it does take a little bit. You do have to use a lot of this to cover. Like, I use probably about 3 pumps to get a nice good medium to full coverage out of this, but it does work really well. And then once you set it with the powder, it does stay on really well. So it has worked really good for me. And the smell of it, I've heard other people talk about the smell too. It doesn't really bother me at first. I'm like, what is this? Because I was not used to it at all. But I've gotten used to it. It kind of smells like tea tree oil. I put tea tree oil on my face every night before I go to bed to kind of help with my acne. So it doesn't really bother me. But if you're very sensitive to smells, then I wouldn't suggest it to you. The next thing I have is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream, and it took me a good month to find this. I saw someone else review, I think Sarah Rennie, I don't remember her name, but it looked so good on her, and I'm like, I need to have this because it's nice and lightweight for summer, and it does not like come off, no oils, nothing can break this down, and it's awesome. It has worked really well for me. The only thing that I do complain about this is the lightest shade, and it's so dark for me. I have to put a lot of light concealer to try and make this my skin tone. It's a little too dark for me, so that's the only kind of disappointment I have with it, but besides that, it works really well. Then the last one I have that I've been using a lot this summer is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. I was kind of skeptical about this at first because it is very watery and very liquidy, but it works really well. It took me a while to find the right application for it. I did use a beauty blender with it at first, but it gets very cakey with a beauty blender, so I do not suggest with a beauty blender. I suggest with like a flat top brush. And I've been using the Morphe E6 brush. Mine's really gross right now, so don't look at it. But this has been my favorite brush to use to apply any kind of foundation. Next, I've been using the Naked Skin by Urban Decay in the shade Fair Neutral. This is my favorite concealer ever. It took me a while to justify to spend, I think, $26 on this concealer, but oh my god, it is the best thing ever. I use it to carve out my eyebrows. I use it all over my face. I use it, well, not all over my face, but I use it under my under eyes, and it makes my under eyes look amazing. It's just awesome. I love it so much, and it is completely worth the $26, $28, whatever it is. And then what I have been using to set my face, I've been baking a lot this summer with powder, and I've been using the NYC Smooth Skin Powder. And it's a loose face powder. The only complaint I have about this, it is very messy. The inside of my makeup drawer is completely caked in powder because this gets everywhere whenever I use it. But it works really nice, and I leave it on. I only do half my eyebrow before I do my foundation, so when I'm doing the other half, I leave this on and bake. and I bake under my eyes, around the creases of my nose because those get very oily fast, and then my chin. I have a very hard time of my foundation coming off of my chin. So that's what I've been using for this, and it works really well. And it doesn't look too cakey on me, which I've had a lot of problems with that with the powders this summer, that they would help it stay on, but after like a while it gets super cakey and it looks super gross. And like my boyfriend was even telling me, like, your face looks disgusting, but he doesn't know anything about makeup. But anyways, next thing I have, this is what I've been using to set my whole face. It is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Skin Transforming Powder. And I love this powder so much. It has, can't get it out. It has kept everything out. It's kept everything on my face in place so well, and it doesn't get cakey. That's the best part. I have the Rimmel London Stay Matte powder, and I love that, but it does make my face look super cakey. But I probably just am using too much, but I do like it a lot. So those are the two I've been using. I have a highlight that I've been using almost every day. My camera's not really picking the highlight up. I mean, kinda, but not really. This camera sucks. It's just my iPad. I'm waiting a little bit to get a better camera. So for right now, I'm stuck using my iPad, which isn't the best option, but it works. But the illuminator I've been using, Highlight by NYX, and it took me a while to actually like this because I've been using the wrong brush for this, and it looks just like your simple highlight. It doesn't really look too amazing in the pan, but it is so beautiful, and it's so like white for me, which is perfect because I'm albino. But I've been using just like a blush. I got an Ipsy, and my dog just chewed it up, so it looks pretty gross. But this is what I use for every other highlight, and it works really well. But this is like so pressed in that this doesn't really pick it up too well. I've been using this I don't know how to pronounce this brand, but this brush for it, it picks up more product, and I just, oh, you kind of see it there. Put it on my cheeks, my little nose, and then I like to put it above my eyebrow a little bit, just because why not? It's summer, it's highlight, so whatever. And then what I've been using for my brows that makes it stay in place so well is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in soft brown. And mine looks really gross because I've used so much of it. I love this stuff so much. My brows are kind of dark, but I can't do a light brow just because like I have to fill in half of my eyebrow. So like if I do the taupe or the blonde or whatever, you see where I have to add on to my eyebrows. So it kind of defeats the purpose of adding on to my eyebrows. So I just do a little bit darker, whatever. It's not black, it doesn't look too bad. The next thing I've been using, I only have one single eyeshadow in here, and I love this eyeshadow so much. It's from ColourPop. It's in the shade Fringe. They're Super Shock eyeshadows, and oh my gosh, I love it so much. I use it all the time in my inner corner. It's my favorite eyeshadow ever at the moment. I love this stuff so much, and it's only like $5. It's super, super cheap. So next thing I've been using is the Tartelette and Bloom eyeshadow palette. I love this palette so much. This is my favorite shade right here. Is this Flower Child. This is my like, it's a little darker than my skin tone, so I use it to set my concealer whenever I put concealer on my eyelids, but I use that the most. A couple of these like that. Okay, so like this one, I got kind of like messed up with the brush. I don't even know what happened there. And then the only shade I really don't like out of this eyeshadow is this like really pretty. It looks super pretty, but it's just not that pigmented. Not like the Fringe from where's that? Oh, there it is. It's not like, it looks better swatched, but like putting it on a brush and then put it on your eye is not the same thing. It's just, it's alright. It's not too bad. But I I just don't like that shade. But everything else about this palette I love. I love smelling it. Like, I love Tarte's palettes and Too Faced palettes. Oh my gosh, I hate using them just because they make me so hungry. And it makes me crave chocolate. I'm not a chocolate eater, so that should say something. And then my next holy grail mascara ever is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Oh my gosh, I told myself I would never ever ever buy a high-end mascara, but this is like the best thing ever invented. I love this mascara to death. And this, like, I try to go back to my drugstore mascara and I'm like, I just can't. It's nothing compares to that mascara. Nothing ever will. But I can only use that mascara on my top lashes because I've had a really bad problem with mascara on my bottom lashes. It like it smudges and I don't know how. And I've been having a really hard time for some reason finding mascara that doesn't do that. And I got this in my last Ipsy bag. It's the Makeup Forever Extension Lash, and it's okay for my top lashes. It's not better than Sex, obviously, but this is the only mascara I have used that does not smear or smudge onto my face from my bottom lashes. I don't know what it is. I don't know why my eyelashes are doing that. Like, I'm not doing anything else wrong that other people's doing. It's just I don't know what's wrong with me. But this is the only thing that has worked, and I love it. I'm going to be purchasing the full size whenever I do run out, but since I only use this on my bottom lashes, it does last me quite a while, so it's going to be a little while before I buy this. But I love it, and I will, until I find something new, this is what I'm going to be using on my bottom lashes. And then the last two things I have are lip products. And these are mainly what I use other lip products, but these are my go-to when I'm rushing and I don't know what else to wear that's gonna match everything. I have the Infallible Pro Matte Gloss. It's not really that matte. I'm actually wearing it today because I didn't know what to choose, but I can't put it on and like just leave it on. I have to blot it because I don't like lip gloss, but it's just such a pretty, like, everyday color. It matches well with my skin tone, and it matches everything. So I keep this one in my purse, and when I'm running late to work and I don't know what to wear, that's what I put on real quick and I blot it, and it looks good. And it's very natural looking, so it's not very crazy. So I don't have to worry if it matches or if I'm gonna get it all over my skin. It looks good. Then my next one is the Katy Perry CoverGirl collaboration with the Katy Kat Matte lipstick. It's not really matte, it's more like a satin, but I'm okay with it. It's just, I have the shade Sphinx, and it's just a nice pretty pinky. It's kind of like my skin tone. The only problem I have with this, you really can't like reapply it throughout the day, or it kind of starts to ball up. That's what I've like kind of ran into with this, but I do love it. I will continue to use it. So that is it for this video. If you have any suggestions on like what kind of videos I should do, or like anything in general, because I just am starting out and I need as much feedback as I can get to try to figure out what to do and try to figure out like just what to do pretty much. So if you have any suggestions, any kind of comments, leave it in the comments down below. If you do like this video, please like it, subscribe, and I will try. I'm not going to be like another YouTuber and upload weekly right now because I do have 2 full-time jobs. So I don't have as much time as all these other YouTubers that have all this time to do it. This is a thing that I'm just starting out with right now, so I'm trying to build myself up to it. But for right now, I am working 2 full-time jobs. So I'm gonna at least try to have a video at least once a week, once every 2 weeks, and maybe some in between. If I do start to like ever grow on YouTube, I will have a set schedule and set things I would do. But for right now, I'm just kind of winging it and see how that goes. So if you have any kind of suggestions or anything, please leave it in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Stop it! Get out! Go away! No! Stop it! My cat's playing. Get out of there! Get out of there! My cat likes to get to my purse. But, and nothing compares. Oh my god.